Assalamu alaikum. Jordan Peterson is a well-known clinical psychologist, author, and an internet personality who recently sent a message to Muslims. This video clip of mine is kind of a response to what he has said. He has taken the initiative of inviting Muslims to have discussion, dialogue with people who differ with Muslims. He has asked Muslims to have dialogue amongst themselves, Shias with Sunnis, and he has also asked Muslims to have a positive dialogue with Christians, Jews, and even those who do not believe in religion and are seemingly against religion. It's a very welcome initiative which needs to be appreciated without any conditions. He has welcomed the fact that there are many Muslims who listen to him. Even those lectures which are based on Bible. It's not surprising that such is the case, because Islam encourages us to be open to truth, to be open to wisdom, no matter wherever it comes from. So if he finds that there are many Muslims who are listening to him, it's something that's happening because of the teachings of Islam that Muslims learn. He has invited Muslims to take the opportunity provided by the Abrahamic Accords to come closer to the Christians and the Jews. And he thinks that it's an opportunity provided for peace in this world, which should be utilized, taken benefit from to the fullest. That's a very positive idea. However, no positive idea can be effective unless it is implemented to the fullest. Abrahamic Accords must extend to all Muslims of the world. These accords should not be seen to be applicable to some countries, Muslim countries, and not to others. And when an initiative is taken to have these accords, then there should be a clear indication, visible steps observed, wherein the tensions that are there between Israel and Palestine, they should be attempted to be lessened, and the initiative should come from Israel. Because quite obviously, when the Palestinians are the weaker party, and there has been a record in history of them get killed in large numbers, it would not make sense to a large number of Muslims that there are certain initiatives taken for the purpose of peace that is applicable and effective for some Muslims to the exclusion of others. So while the idea is good, it should be backed by steps that would show to the Muslim world that the initiative is really sincere and is meant to apply to all Muslims. Jordan has asked Muslims to speak to fellow Muslims, Shias to Sunnis and Sunnis to Shias, and they should come together. Likewise, he has asked Muslims to open up themselves to the Jews and the Christians and talk to them. That indeed is a great idea. The fact of the matter is that we are living in a diverse world, and Sunnis and Shias have got lots of commonalities. And let's face it, they have differences as well. But the way to move ahead is to talk about the commonalities first, and then to look at the differences as well. And this is true in the case of Christians and Jews as well. The idea should be to know the truth. Although, as I said, we are living in a world of diversity. And let's face that this diversity was created by God, our Creator. Jordan is a Christian because he was born a Christian. I am a Muslim because I was born a Muslim. There are cases of people converting, but they're very few. So we all should be reasonable and rational enough to accept the reality that we are what we are, at least as far as religion is concerned. Most likely because we were born that way and we were raised up in a certain environment. This understanding and appreciation would go a long way in enabling us to have dialogue with each other and to continue our pursuit for the truth. So when Jordan is proposing that there should be a dialogue amongst Muslims within Muslims, and also Muslims should reach out to Christians and Jews, Muslims ought to do it, but they would expect that there is likewise an openness and real effort, initiative to know the truth while these dialogues are taking place. It's so very important that we, all peoples of the world in general, and religious people in particular, should agree to certain conditions of dialogue. That they should be polite, they should be academic, and we should be able to talk about everything under the sky, but properly, decently, and rationally. I think it's not just that it's a great idea. It's something which is absolutely essential for not just the survival of mankind, but also for all religions to be taken as seriously as they deserve to. Because religion claims to be the truth. And if a Muslim is talking to a Christian or a Jew, or a Sunni is talking to a Shia, or vice versa, it's because we are all passionate about our point of view. And while we want to learn from others, we would like others to know the truth that we have. Nobody should be allowed to push his, her view down the throats of others. That's not on. That's what creates divisions, hatred, unnecessary tension. But dialogue, meaningful dialogue for the purpose of knowing the truth and creating an environment and possibilities of lowering the barriers of communication is indeed a great idea. Jordan is very right in telling us Muslims, and we should have openness, humbleness to accept, even if from a non-Muslim, that the real enemy resides inside in the form of Satan. For a Muslim to tell Jordan that, who are you to tell us about it, is going to be arrogant. A Muslim cannot be arrogant. That's what the teachings of Islam tell us. And I'm sure that that's true for the Christians as well. And I would like to think that that's true for the Jews as well. We have to be humble. We have to be open to the truth. So thank you very much for telling us that Satan resides inside us and is all the while trying to take us away from the right path. And we should be conscious of that fact. You rightly pointed out, Jordan, that our religion wants us to reach out to the Christians and the Jews. And as I've already said, that we do it because we realize that we're all fellow humans. We do it, and we ought to do it because we realize that we are all following or attempting to follow the path of Abraham, the great prophet of God. And we do it because we are eager to know the truth and to let others know the truth. He's also mentioned that even though there are many people in this world now who are against religion, organized religion, there are people who don't believe in God. And yet many of them are well-meaning, good, decent people. And they deserve to know the truth. They think that we ought to know the truth that they have. I think it's a wonderful opportunity, provided there are arrangements made to make sure that this diversity creates an atmosphere of a dialogue wherein everyone is politely, academically putting across his, her point of view to the other person, expecting others to look at it with an open mind, allowing others to raise questions, even criticisms, put across politely. And then the others should also get similar opportunity. I think this is a very exciting prospect. And this must go ahead. And even if it's done because of the initiative taken by Jordan Peterson, I think I will have no problems. Many Muslims will have no difficulty in accepting Jordan's initiative to be the starting point. It is a challenge for us to respond to the questions raised by those who are non-religious, those who claim that they don't believe in God, that they don't believe that there are any real meaning in life, and so on. I think they have a right to ask these questions. Why should we respond angrily, aggressively to these questions? Yes, this demand is reasonable, that all discussions, all criticisms should be put across politely. I'm talking about polite tone, polite wording. I'm not saying that some questions should be shelved. All questions should be raised. A dialogue is incomplete, is superficial, if it's not allowing others to talk about everything. However, there are ways of talking about differences that are rational, decent, civilized, and that's what we should all go for. So this discussion should go on. And it's because of this reason that I welcome what Jordan Peterson has said. And if he is giving this offer, making this generous offer that his platform would be available for all initiatives coming from Muslims for enabling this dialogue to take place, he will publish it and let others know about it, because he is obviously a large following. So I welcome what he has offered, and I urge all Muslims to avail this opportunity of entering into an arena where all participants are eager to learn from others and are eager to let others know from them. I wish this initiative the very best of luck.